नमस्ते बच्चों। टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू discuss the Gay-Lussac's law. Gay-Lussac established a relation between pressure and temperature. As you know that when Gay-Lussac and Charles both have worked together, Charles established the relation of volume and temperature while keeping the number of moles and pressure constant, and Gay-Lussac established a relation between pressure and temperature keeping volume and number of moles constant. So what is the statement? First you see, it states that at constant volume pressure of a gas is pressure of a fixed amount of gas, because we are taking pressure of a fixed amount of fixed amount of gas is directly proportional to the temperature of the gas in absolute scale. Absolute scale, that is temperature in Kelvin. That is temperature in Kelvin. So how there is a general observation that you can see that during summer if you are using bicycle, you see the tires of the air pressure in the tires during summer, it is low, it is kept low. Why? Because due to temperature, due to high temperature, the volume pressure inside the tube will increase and they may burst. But you have seen during winters, we have to keep the pressure of the air in tube or the tire little higher than in comparison of summer, because at due to low temperature pressure is less, so more amount of air is filled in that, so that pressure is kept higher. It means pressure is related to the temperature of the atmosphere. If greater the temperature, greater will be the pressure, and if temperature will be lesser, pressure of the air will be less. So here you see, this is established by Gay-Lussac. He established that the pressure of a fixed amount of gas is directly proportional to the temperature of the gas in absolute scale. So if you see, if P is the pressure and T is the temperature in absolute scale, then P is directly proportional to T at constant V and N. N is the number of moles of the gas. So we can write P is equal to K into T. I think you must have written the statement. Now I am going to rub it. So note down or take the screenshot. So we can write P by T is equal to K. It is just similar to Charles' law, there V by T is equal to K, and here P by T is equal to K. So again we can see the relation of pressure and temperature. If we increase the temperature, pressure will increase. So P1 T1 is equal to P2 T2, which is equal to K. So this is the another form of Gay-Lussac's law. Now we can plot a graph. Here we are keeping the volume constant. So at constant volume and fixed number of moles, we will plot a graph between pressure and temperature. Pressure and temperature. So just we observe the graph. I think you have noted this relation will be used during during solving the problems related to Gay-Lussac's law or numericals. So may I, Ravi? Now here you see graph. P versus T. Here P is the pressure and T is the temperature in absolute scale. We know that we have P is equal to KT as per the Gay-Lussac's law. So this is the similar y is equal to mx equation. If this is equation 1 is a equation of straight line passing through the origin. So you know that form y is equal to mx. So this takes that form. Here y m is the constant and T temperature is plotted in x-axis. So we can plot the graph here between pressure and temperature. This is temperature in Kelvin, and this is pressure. So this will pass through the origin. So just we are taking, let the volume is V1, at V1 volume is V1, and at V1 volume we are going to, now why I have taken dotted line, as you know that temperature 0 Kelvin is a hypothetical point, so it means it is obtained after extrapolation. So we can take, or simply you can take the straight line where you see let the volume is V1. These are the line passing through the origin, V1, V2, V3. Now here this is the graph. Here each line of this graph is plotted at constant volume. This line is plotted at constant volume V1. This line is plotted between pressure and temperature at constant volume V2, and this line is plotted at constant volume V3 between pressure and temperature. So each line of the graph is called isochord. This is called isochord. Isochord means, iso means same, core means volume. Core means volume. So each line of the graph, each line of the above graph corresponds a plot between pressure and temperature at constant volume. Here we are writing constant volume. Hence are called isocores, and hence are called isocores. So that is constant volume. Here we can write hence are called isocores. So this is completed. Now after that we can again, here V1, V2, V3 is there. We can compare. We can compare which is greater. I think you might have written which is greater. So here pressure is there and temperature. So for this type of we can draw a perpendicular. Just you draw a perpendicular on this. So let here temperature is some temperature is there, T1 T1 temperature is there. Now at this temperature, let this is the pressure. At this temperature, this is the pressure and this is the pressure. So here see, at T1 temperature, at T1 here temperature is constant, and you are observing the relation between pressure and volume. So you see at constant pressure, constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to volume, or volume is inversely proportional to pressure. You see here, if volume will increase, here see, if volume will increase, then pressure will decrease. Or here see, less pressure, it means volume is greater. Pressure I am increasing, then volume will be lesser. So which is greater? V1 will be greater than V2, will be greater than V3. It means in pressure temperature curve, higher the curve, higher the curve, lower will be the volume. Lower will be the volume. Higher the curve, lower will be the volume. So here you see, because you can observe there, here with increase in pressure, if we are increasing pressure, volume will decrease. Volume will decrease. So here V1 is it will be greater than V2. V2 will be greater than V3. So in this way, this will be help. This type of method can be used to compare the volume, or this method can also be used to compare the pressure and temperature which was given in earlier graph. Now one more, here we have plotted the graph between P and capital T, that is temperature in Kelvin. You can also plot a graph between pressure and temperature in degree Celsius. So you see, so I think you have noted. The graph between P and T. T means temperature in degree Celsius. So again we know that P is equal to KT. So we can write P is equal to K into small t plus 273. As you know that temperature in degree Celsius plus 273, that will give temperature in Kelvin. So we can write P is equal to KT plus 273. So it is similar to y is equal to mx plus c. Here c is the intercept. So it is also a straight line with an intercept c. It means this straight line will not pass through the origin. So in this case, if we plot a graph between pressure and temperature, then this type of graph, here sorry, temperature I have taken in degree Celsius, so T, small t is there. So we will get this type of straight line. This is the straight line at V1, this is the straight line at V2, and this is let to temp, pressure temperature relation is there at different constant volume V1 and V2. Now which will be greater? Higher the pressure, lower will be the volume. Here we are increasing pressure, higher the pressure, lower will be the volume. So it means that V1 is greater than V2. So in this way also we can plot the graph between pressure and temperature, but here temperature is in degree Celsius. Today we come to know one more law, Avogadro law. This relates between the volume, amount, volume of the gas and amount of the gas, that is the number of moles. Amount relation C. Mainly Avogadro tried to combine the law of Dalton's and the Gay-Lussac's law and given a new law known as Avogadro law. It states that under the same conditions of temperature and pressure, equal volumes of gases contain equal number of molecules of the gases. It means that if temperature and pressure will remain constant, then the volume of the gas will be directly proportional to the number of molecules of the gas, that is the number of moles of the gas. If number of moles will increase, the volume of the gas will also increase. So we can mathematically we can express it. V is directly proportional to N. Now what is N? N is the number of moles, and here you see what is constant? Temperature and pressure. Temperature at constant temperature and pressure, and where V is equal to, we can write V is equal to K into N, where N is number of moles of the gas, because you know that number of moles will express the amount of the gas. So this is equation 1. So this is the expression for the Avogadro law. So here Avogadro law can also be expressed in terms of density of the gas. How can we express? You see, so this is one relation, very important relation. First note down this. I think you might have noted. I'm going to rub this. Now here you see V is equal to Kn. Now you know that we have number of moles. What is number of moles? It is mass of the gas by molar mass. mass of the gas by molar mass. We know this relation, number of moles. How can we calculate the number of moles? Mass in gram divided by molar mass. So here mass of the gas divided by molar mass of the gas. See, we have V is equal to, from 1, V is equal to K into small m by capital N. We can write by putting the value of n. Now if we just we can rearrange, capital M is equal to K into small m by capital V. Here we have rearranged. So this is mass per unit volume. Mass per unit volume is called density. So we can write, therefore we can write capital M molar mass of the gas is equal to K into D. It means molar mass of the gas will directly proportional to the density. Higher will be the density of the gas, at constant molar mass will also increase. Here you see M is equal to Kd. This is another relation where D, that is density of the gas, it is mass by volume. So I think this is Avogadro law. Now one more thing, we can apply Avogadro law here. I'm going to run. Note down first. We can apply Avogadro law here. We have 3 containers. If at STP, let the volume of the container is V. So this is also V, this is also V, and temperature is constant, pressure is also constant. Temperature and pressure is constant. These are constant. So here equal volume contains, if this is the first gas, this is CO2, this is N2, this is H2. If this is the first gas and if it contains number of moles N, then as per the Avogadro law, here equal volume, here volume is same, so V volume contains N moles, so again V volume will contain N moles. It means N moles of CO2 is present here, N moles of N2 is present here, and in this case also N moles of H2 will be present here. So number of moles of each of the gases will be same. So this is the application of Avogadro law. We can, with the help of this, we can know. And also STP, I think you know that at STP is what? Standard temperature and pressure. If temperature is 0 degree Celsius or 273 Kelvin and pressure is 1 bar, then molar volume means volume of 1 mole. Molar volume of ideal gas is equal to 22.7 liter. And listen, if pressure will be expressed in atmosphere, that is the older unit, but still it is used. If STP is what? Temperature 0 degree Celsius and pressure is 1 atmosphere, it is a little greater than 1 bar, so volume will be less. 1 atmosphere, it is equal to 1.013 bar. At this condition, molar volume will be molar volume of ideal gas is equal to 22.4 liter. So that's all for today, and we will meet again with more the ideal gas equation.